exciting. So let's try and see if we can not fall out the car this time. I don't really want to fall out, and we're going to try and keep up and see. I think it's Thandi that's in this sighting here. Now, Thandi's going to have a bad day if she goes too far, because there are wild dogs around. So there she is, straight in front. And isn't this just the most ridiculous morning? We've had lions, we've had leopards, we've got Thandi, we've got wild dogs, we've got people falling out of vehicles, large herds of buffalo. Djuma is just absolutely cooking this morning. So there's just everything is happening, and it bodes well for an exciting afternoon. But there's our beautiful mother at the moment, and you can see the way that she's moving. She's almost kind of going into the thicket to try and see if she can spot something. I wonder if the dogs are not resting somewhere close by. She's going to have a bad day if she runs into those dogs. Dogs hate leopards, and if they can chase her, they will. So she must be a little careful when she's going this direction. I don't think she wants to be going in where a dog is, that's for sure. But you see she's sniffing, and she's just having a little look around, rubbing, scent marking, making sure that everybody knows that this is her territory. So this is very, very cool. Now, I know Scotty is also around and doing something or other, and so he's kind of not far from me, and I think there is another leopard around. I don't even know. It's just absolute chaos on the radio. Like I say, this is exactly where we lost the dogs. Just south of here is where I fell out of the car, so it's where kind of Thandi is going. I wonder if she maybe heard the thump of me falling and thought there was a piece of meat falling out of a tree. What do you think? I'm surprised hyenas didn't come, Ferg. So Ferg is saying that the size of me, she must have thought it was a tree falling over by an elephant. That's very nice of you. Thank you, Ferg. That's very kind, but that's a beautiful view of our girl. No, don't go down. Come on. I was hoping that she was going to stay where she is. And you can tell it's Thandi just by the saggy tummy at the moment, because she's obviously producing milk, so she does have a bit of a sag. And then also those very distinctive bars over the left eye. Now, sorry, that's me in the way. I should have fallen out the vehicle again, shouldn't I? It would have been better if I had. We certainly would have been able to at least see the leopard better. Now, the problem is where she's going is going to be almost impossible to follow. There's a reason why I lost the wild dogs, and that is because of this thicket and this horrible area that she's going into. And so hopefully she'll just go slowly and not run as fast as the dogs will. Now we're going to take it a little slower, because I don't feel like taking another tumble out of... we're not going to be able to go that way either. Sorry, I'm trying to find a way through to be able to see her, but is she coming this side, Ferg? So I'm just trying to see where she is at the moment. Now, can you see her, Ferg? Oh, there we go. So there she comes. So she's just starting to move around. Now it's interesting because I've just been kind of watching where she's going. You see how she avoids paths, she avoids everything at the moment. She's kind of, the only thing she does is she scent marks, and then she does a very zigzag walk. And I wonder if it's because she's trying to just stop hyenas and various other things from following her. So she's trying to kind of take pathways that mean that it's difficult for anything to follow her back to the den. It's a very clever strategy, and Saleh used to do this perfectly. She used to always kind of move around like this and back and forth, and not on roads. Oof, where is she going to go from here? This is not going to be very friendly, Fergus. I don't know if we're going to be able to keep up with her, but let's try. Let's see. Let's see if we can just get around. Now we need to be careful of stumps, because we know how that all ends. Let's just try and get around. There we go. So that's very cool to see. It's amazing to be out here, and to have as much as we've had this morning has been just ridiculous. And like I say, it's been action-packed from minute one all the way through towards the end of drive now. Now, interesting enough, she is going south, so she's heading down towards sort of Gari Main and Little Gari side, and so I wonder where she's heading to and why she's going here. Maybe it's because she's just wanting to mark territory and make sure that everybody kind of knows what's going on. And she is also quite full-bellied, and I know she has had this impala carcass, but she hasn't been at it for 2 days, which means that theoretically she shouldn't be as full as she is. So I wonder if she didn't manage to make another small kill somewhere, and that's why she just never returned to that impala carcass after the hyenas kind of got it. She probably just thought, well, you know, they've taken it, and so there's no point in me going back. But if you look at the belly, it's quite rounded, so it seems as though she maybe has had something else other than just that impala in the last sort of 48 hours, maybe a little scrub hair or a duiker or something like that. But very cool to see. She is beautiful, isn't she? There's a reason why she's my favorite, like I say. I mean, and it's amazing to me that we can follow her around like this. She's absolutely oblivious to us. She doesn't pay any attention to us, but then when she decides that she's got something to defend, she's a completely different cat. You know, she behaves in a completely different manner, and she starts to kind of become a little bit more aggressive. Actually, she's coming straight back to us, folks, so we don't have to worry too much. Sorry, my fault. But there she goes. And you can hear the birds are going absolutely crazy. And the tail is up just to signify to those birds that this is something that she's not hunting them, she's not representing a threat. So it's like the little white flag to just be kind of waved to those birds just to tell them not to worry. But those dogs must be super close, because this is where I last saw them, and at the end of the day we haven't found them coming out anywhere. So I don't know what's going on and why we haven't found them, but she must be fairly kind of close to where they were. I wonder if they didn't just lay down somewhere here. It'd be interesting. Right, Fergus, let's try get in here quickly. This is all, like I say, it's all just been too much this morning. We've just been following from one thing to another, and it's almost like other animals are leading us towards these guys. It's incredible. We've had lions find us a leopard, wild dogs kind of in the same area as a leopard. It's just ridiculous, really. So one of those epic mornings, that's for sure. Worth waking up. What's she chasing? She's chasing something there. She just went after something. She almost caught a duiker. She was busy hunting a duiker, and the duiker ran towards her. She just missed it, though. Unfortunately, there you can see she's coming back out again. The duiker ran off to the left, but it was so close. She almost grabbed it. That was amazing. So you can see with leopards, you never really know what's going on. And we're far from her. We're not very close. So it's not like we've disturbed that duiker. She just saw it from this bush, and she just went sniping in. And the duiker ran and then quickly turned away from her. So that was absolutely incredible. Oh, it just doesn't stop this morning. All right, Fergus, we're going to have a shot of something later to calm everything down. It's all panicky at this stage. So, Nikki is just in my ear saying that Djuma's regular time for drive is now sort of come to an end, but she says she's happy for us to kind of stay out, and so I'm happy to stay out. Scott is happy to stay out, so we'll just extend our Djuma drive while we've got Thandi and carry on and see if we can keep up with her, because why not? It's all this morning. We might as well ride luck while we can and try and see if we can enjoy this for as long as possible. Not sure how long I'll be able to keep Thandi for, but we're going to try our very best. She's disappearing into an area. Now, luckily, I've tracked Hosana and Thandi both through the section before and followed both of them. And so there's a secret little pathway that we need to follow that will take us with her, and we'll be able to then follow her wherever she goes, which is very good news. And she's going to at least come to a stop, which is fantastic as well, because she's been on a very big mission this morning. It just goes to show how opportunistic a leopard is. And at the end of the day, she was walking, and all of a sudden she just spotted something and crashing forward to try and grab it. And so that's how they go. They're incredibly fast animals, and they kind of dive into these thickets as quick as possible, and they'll try and grab anything that they can. Right, now, while I try and just kind of follow Thandi through and just keep up with her and get back down into the bottom of the drainage, let's go back across to Scotty D, who I think has got a very interesting update to share with all of you. Well, we do have a good visual, and she's just now settled down for the first time this morning, which is great news. So she's having a little lie down in this thicket, and it's weird. This is the times that I have followed her through here. Every single time she walks to this little spot and lies down here. So it's obviously a favorite place for her. It's nice and shady. I wonder if she's maybe also sort of prospecting any signs of where she could potentially move the cub. At the end of the day, there's a great place for a cub to be in as well. These big, deep drainage lines. She seems to favor these areas. So maybe she's just scouting about and having a little look. But she's completely relaxed and super chilled and is not moving around at all now, which is good news for us. It means we can at least get a nice sort of view of her. The problem is she's facing away from me and she's trying to kind of look in that direction. I don't know if she spotted something because her tail was moving a bit and then she just sat down right where she was. Sure, what a morning. It's been crazy busy this morning. We've been from one thing to another and it's just been absolute chaos. You see, she's just watching something there. I don't know what it is. I don't know if there's maybe a diker moving around or something, but she kind of keeps looking around. There's also another vehicle that's approaching, and so that's maybe why she was just kind of watching like that. But she seems to be fairly relaxed. You can see she's breathing quite heavily, and that's for two reasons. She's been active, as well as the fact that her breathing rate is that much faster is probably due to the heat as well. It's quite warm now, so she's been active, it's warm, and she's got a full belly, so that's why she is panting. Now, I believe a lot of you are thankful that we've stayed out a little bit later this morning and extending. Well, why not? So at the end of the day, Scott and I both love being in the bush, and really that's what we're here for. So it's always nice to be out for longer periods, particularly if we've got amazing things happening like we've had this morning. It seems worth being out here and watching what's going on. I'm first wondering if Thandi's cub would be killed by shadow if she got the chance. I mean, I suppose it's a possibility. I doubt it, though. I mean, I think what would happen is Thandi would divert the attention as much as possible and try and lead, shadow away. But I suppose it is possible. I mean, you can never write off anything with leopards, and so it's something that we can't rule out. But I've personally never seen another female killing a cub from a mother. So, I mean, I don't know. It would be interesting. It would also be interesting just to see what the interaction between Thandi and Shadow would be, given that they are sisters and given that they must have some sort of kind of cognizance of the fact that they can recognize each other. It would be an interesting kind of way that things would go about. And it almost happened this morning. It seems that Shadow came north and Thandi went east, very, very close to each other, and then the distance has gone a lot bigger. And so the guys are asking me on the radio if I've managed to find her, but let me just quickly tell them. Yeah, Tax, I don't know if you last saw where I went down into the drainage. She's gone static here. If you can follow my tracks in, you'll find me. So Tax is saying it's too thick and too dense for him to get where we are. I just want to tell him quickly where there is another route. Yeah, go ahead. So she's up and moving. From the side that you are, maybe is better. She is moving towards where you are. If you just stay where you are, I can hear your vehicle. Just stay where you are. She is moving in that direction. So we're just trying to help the other guys because unfortunately the other guys are much longer vehicles than what we are. Just stay where you are. She is mobile in that direction. Right, now, while I try and keep up with Thandi and see where she's going to head, let's go back across to Scotty D, and I'm hoping that he's got some excellent news and something fun to show you.